do I tell my county workers that they will get fired? I work in management. Most of my manager colleagues are getting fired, as I was told by my boss, the CFO. The reason is purely financial. I will not get axed, as I bring more value to the table than my colleagues' CFO's words. These people are hard working and doing their jobs as best as they can and do a pretty good job. Now, this can happen in a week or by the end of the year. I have been warned that if I say anything, I'll be in trouble. I've kept this secret for 2 months now, but it's eating me on the inside. Whenever we have meetings and discuss plans for next year or next quarter, all I can think about is that they won't be here. So, do I tell them and risk my well-being, or keep this shut and wait for it to happen? Make plans in case they fire you too anyway. Only if there is 0 chance it will be traced back to you. Do you know if the CFO told anyone else? These coworkers will throw you under the bus. You will be mentioned by name. You will likely be fired. No, your boss sucks for telling you months ahead. It's a mole hunt. CFO told everyone the same thing. Unless they are close outside of work friends, keep your mouth shut. Keep work requirements and work relationships separate. You have been officially told not to say anything, and company would instantly dismiss someone who deliberately let loose information that they told not to. Unless you have a job lined up and are leaving that day, say nothing. Absolutely not. Do you really want to be the person that tells them this news? Now, if one of them starts talking about some huge expense they are about to commit to, I might be tempted. But still, no. What if things turn around and they don't do the layoffs? Or they don't do all the layoffs but you've let them know already? I know it's hard, but keep your mouth shut. I used to work in payroll, and the first week I ran the checks and saw what everyone made was tough at first, but I also knew who had the biggest garnishments on their wages. That was my trial of keeping my mouth shut. I'd start looking for something else ASAP. I was the guy for years that would get the lists of terminated employees to disable before they were let go, often 90 days before separation. Some were close colleagues. I came to inner peace that telling them would only cause them stress and anxiety leading up to the event, as that was from a prior experience. I would not trust this CFO. She could be saying the same thing to others. Or, things could change. Years ago, I was told by an executive assistant friend who had been the one preparing layoff letters that I was not in the layoffs. The night before the layoff announcement, someone changed their mind and threw me in there, saving a pet. So I was blindsided and in shock, having been told I was safe. No, instead, when if they are let go, deny knowing and offer to write them a glowing professional recommendation. I wouldn't. I've seen management change plans and shuffle around the list of who stays or goes, so you'd be taking on a lot of risk if you communicate the wrong thing to the wrong people. Regardless of you've been told, treat your colleagues professionally like you would any other day. They leak the info to you in the hopes that you'll share it with your colleagues and they look for jobs. Resign or walk out. No severance needed. And then after letting you fire everyone who's left, they'll then call you into a meeting and tell you that it was discovered you leaked privileged info and are letting go without severance. I'd start applying to new jobs ASAP. Welcome to the management cult. Can you be ruthless enough to screw employees? This is the criteria. Make your choice. Are you in or are you out? It's definitely a test to see if you have the Ayn Rand in you. Like they all do. Can you be bought? Purity Test 101. Don't. They will find out. I was told if anyone finds out before they are fired, it's my job that gets let go. Silence, which sucks, but I need my job more than I need coworkers. I would not tell. This is suspect. I, too, think this is a mole hunt. Some of your coworkers probably also suspect what is going on. I will not get axed. Wait until next quarter. You're not one of the workers who happen to stumble upon a manager's secret and want to look out for your brethren. Your management, which means that you represent the company, which means that sometimes one part doesn't know what the other part is doing on purpose. Would the other managers do the same for you? Maybe. Maybe not. That said, you must ask yourself, why would the CFO tell you? Whatever the answer, you are serving their purpose, so remember that you'll be kept around until your usefulness ends. Look out for yourself always and act accordingly. Co-workers are not your friends. No. At least one person you tell will try to go get aggressive over it with the CFO and throw your name around as to who told them. You'll be seen as someone who can't be trusted with confidential information. As untrustworthy. If that isn't enough to get you laid off too, now it's only a matter of time before they look to show you the door. Keep your mouth shut and head down and don't get involved. A friend of mine was put in the same predicament a while back. He quietly told one of the soon-to-be let-go persons. Within a day, everyone in the office knew who spilled the beans. My friend became a one to the terminated employees. I would casually mention to my peers that I'm looking for a new job. Then do it. Layoffs may be planned and then cancelled. But now you know. You'll be left holding the bag if they do lay off people and you are the only one left. The CFO is an asshole. It's a canary trap. I would be careful here because if you say something, they might decide to add your name to the list of people being fired. Also, the plan sounds so vague that it might not happen at all or get indefinitely delayed. In which case saying anything will be pointless. I've been in this situation before. I told everyone. Sang it from the figurative housetops. Everyone got laid off. Even me. The rest quit and the whole shop shut down. The boss was pissed because he said he trusted me. And I said him not telling the guys getting laid off a few months beforehand was shitty as all hell. He told me in a Thursday. He laid us all off December 22nd, 2014, which was the following Monday. He never really reopened after New Year's. Keep your mouth shut. You don't actually know anything. It's a test to verify your loyalty. Don't say anything, either look for another job or beef up your savings resume. I haven't seen this mentioned, but there is also an extremely slim possibility this is a loyalty test, or they will not be fired, and if you say anything your trust is torched and you'll be axed. Learn to keep trust and keep your job. FYI, you bringing more value to the table could mean you are paid less than anyone else at your level. My recommendation, even if you think your job is secure, aren't looking for a new one. Likely the CEO is telling this to every manager to see who rats. Even if you don't mention it, it would be better to jump ship if the company is in that much trouble. It's best to get your resume out there now. You may be able to spin it into a better paying job. Once you've got an offer in writing, you can tell your coworkers and then turn in your resignation. Sure, one of them will then promptly use it to get you fired for indiscretion and keep your job. No one is as indispensable as you perhaps imagine yourself to be. No one is. After reading many comments, I really hate right-to-work states. It just leads to so much very evil behavior. The idea that you can be fired at any time for any reason is just not right. The correct thing to do is the company should tell these people months before they are laid off and provide assistance in finding new jobs or even applying for other positions at the company that have openings. You should never have been put in this situation, and the only reason you can be put in this situation is because of how bad the worker protection laws are.